Good morning, students. So we are going to discuss the example of K-mean clustering. So here we have taken an example for the medicine, and we have the training tuple values and having the two attribute values, and we have taken the clusters as two clusters. So initially we need to give the clusters. So we are taking two cluster points, that is cluster 1 and cluster 2. And from the above points we have noted down as we have plotted down into the graph, and we are taking the cluster points as 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 1. So once you have formed, we are going to take the cluster points and we need to find out the distance matrix from these particular points. How do you find out this distance matrix? Is using the Euclidean formula, that is x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2. So here cluster 1 is 1 comma 1 and cluster 2 is 2 comma 1. So we can formulate this formula as x1 minus 1 whole square plus x2 minus 1 whole square, and cluster 2 x1 minus 2 whole square y1 minus 1 whole square. So once you have taken the points, the x1 point will be all these points and y1 values will be all these points. Sorry, y1, x1, y1. So once we have taken 1 minus 1 whole square plus 1 minus 1 whole square, that gives you answer as 0, and 1 minus 2 whole square, 1 minus 1 whole square, that gives you answer as 1, and for 2 comma 1 point, 2 minus 1 whole square plus 1 minus 1 whole square, that leads to the answer as 1. And here 2 minus 2 whole square plus 1 minus 1 whole square, that leads to answer as 0. And for the third point, like we have assigned these points as 0, 1. So from the matrix we have given 0, 1. So 0, 1 you can assign here, and once you have assigned 2 comma 1, for 2 comma 1 the answer is 1 comma 0. So you can write 1 comma 0. For x point you have 1 and for y point you have 0. Similarly you are going to write 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 1 for these 2 points. Once the point is achieved, for the C point, that is 4 comma 3, we can write as 4 minus 1 whole square plus 3 minus 1 whole square, and 4 minus 2 whole square plus 3 minus 2 whole square. So for 4 minus 1 whole square plus 3 minus 1 whole square, you get the answer as 4 minus 1, that is 3 square, that is 9, plus 3 minus 1, that is 2 square, that is 4, that is root of 9 plus 4, that leads to root 13, and 4 minus 2 whole square, that is 2, 3 minus 2, that is 3 minus 2 whole square, sorry here 4 4, 3 minus 2, that is 1, so 1 square will be 1, so that is root of 5, root 5. So you can observe here we have got the lower value in the cluster 2 and higher value in the cluster 1. So here you can observe that from the cluster, that is lower value in the cluster 2 and higher value in the cluster 1. So we can assign this value to cluster 2. So whatever the minimum value comes in the cluster, that particular value is assigned to that particular cluster. Since the minimum value over here is root 5, it is attained in the cluster 2. So we are going to put this value in the cluster 2. So here C point we have in the cluster 1, B point we have in the cluster 2. Likewise, when you calculate for the D point, This also comes under the cluster 2 points. Once you have got these points, then we are going to take the medicine distance from the medicine and we are going to find out the group, and once you have done, we are going to form the group. So here the group is, since the three clusters, that is 2, 1, 4, 3, 5, 4 belong to the second cluster, we are putting them into form of the other cluster, and in cluster 1 we have only 1, 1. So once you have attained the points, we are going to take the points from the x-axis, that is 2, 4 and 5. So 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 5 is 11. So 11 by 3 will be your new x point, comma, what is the y point over here? 1 plus 3, that is 4. 4 plus 4, 8. So 8 by 3 will be your new y point, mean point for the second cluster, for C2. So here C1 will remain as 1, 1 itself. So you can observe that 1, 1 will remain as it is, and 11 by 3 and 8 by 3 will be your new mean point. Once you have got the mean points, again you need to find out 1, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 5, 4 using the same formula as a distance formula for cluster 1 and cluster 2. Again you are going to put them into the values. So here again we can take the values as root of 1 minus 1 whole square plus 1 minus 1 whole square. For cluster 2, root of 1 minus 11 by 3 whole square plus 1 minus 8 by 3 whole square. Like that you need to take the points. Once you find out, you are going to get these points. This particular matrix, data matrix, your distance matrix you are going to get. Once you find out the distance, again we are going to group them. So we have the grouping here in the cluster 1 we have 2 points, and in cluster 2 again we have 2 points over here. So iteratively we are going to do the same process, and we are going to see which cannot be furtherly divided. So at the end of the iterations, we can see the points will belong to cluster 1 belongs to 2 points, that is medicine A, B belongs to cluster 1 and medicine C, D belongs to cluster 2. Thank you.